It's
Yeah, 100-pound life.
your 100-pound life. Robert here. You know, I'm 260 pounds now. Actually, I'm under 260 pounds. And I started out at 296, which means I have safely crossed the DMZ. And what is the DMZ?
But DMZ doesn't mean the border between North and South Korea. Although if you did cross that DMZ, you'd probably lose weight, eventually.
Nope. In this case, DMZ means Dietary Misery Zone. Or maybe better, Dietary Melancholia Zone. And the DMZ has blown up a lot of diets.
So sorry about that. I was merely observing Python's law.
So anyway, if you're one of us older people who needs to lose a lot of weight, let's talk about what got you here in the first place. You see, eating, or specifically overeating, offers an evolutionarily approved method of pushing your pleasure buttons. We've been conditioned through the millennia to eat as much as possible. And unlike other powerful biological impulses, you can't go a week without eating. You have to eat.
So eating gives us immediate pleasure because nature wants us to do it right now and all the time. It's a button of happiness that we can push immediately, anytime we want. All we have to do is open our mouths. And so we push the pleasure buttons, the fast food button, the cream button, the sweets button, and maybe the worst one of all, the beer button. And so you get fat. For our ancestors, this was no big deal, as lean times were sure to come and fat helped you survive. But now we live in an era of no lean times, and so we keep getting fat. Worse, all that button pushing starts to exclude pleasure you get from legitimate sources. Before you know it, the only thing you're capable of doing is pushing the button.
Dr. Nowzaradan puts it this way. Imagine you have a cuddly little wild animal in your house. So you feed it, and it grows. Before too long, and before you know what happened, you have a large wild animal in your house that you can't control.
Before too long, and before you know what happened, you have 115 pounds to lose, and you're 53 years old. Now you know that once you start feeling and seeing the results of weight loss, once you encounter the rush of actually meeting goals, of feeling the good vibes of your friends, of fitting into old clothing, of just being able to move around like you haven't moved in a long time, these things become a powerful source of happiness, powerful enough to replace the button even.
And so that period between the buttons and the good vibes is the DMZ. You're not getting your instant gratification from pushing the button, and you're not getting the more profound gratification from the achievement. You're right in the middle. You're in the middle zone, the melancholy misery zone. And that's where recidivism sets in. That's where diets die.
So we crossed the DMZ. How do you do that? Well, the first thing to do, and the reason for this video, is to know that it exists and that it is finite. If you know that it exists, you can anticipate it, you can plan for it, you will know what you're up against, and you know what it will take to defeat it. And how long does that take? It's probably different for everyone. But I started feeling excited about where I was going, started deriving misery-busting gratification from my accomplishment after 20 pounds of weight loss. That took about a month. It's important to bear in mind that even though you'll be dieting for perhaps as much as a year, it won't be a year of misery. Rather, you face only a month of misery. Once you cross the dietary misery zone, you'll be sustained on the wings of non-food happiness. Also, once you cross the DMZ, you'll have additional impetus to stay on track. You've worked hard to get where you are and don't want to give it back. Think of it almost like money you put into a bank with hard work. You don't want to squander it.
In subsequent videos, I'll go into techniques, foods, and workouts. Basically what it's taken to lose 40 pounds so far, and what it's going to take to lose 75 more. But I think that a lot of people fail with weight loss conceptually. They see losing weight as deprivation. But rather than deprivation, weight loss is simply replacing one source of gratification with another. Once you look at it that way, and once you internalize that fact, you'll begin to set yourself up for success. Thank you for your time. Happy healthing. And remember, do it now. Not after the holidays, not after you get over some particularly hard set of circumstances, not even tonight after the meatloaf. Do it now. Thank you.